100%. All right, let's jump to our next segment here. Every Monday, we are lucky enough to have the great guys over at Merlin Chain. Merlin Chain is building something truly special. They're building, the AI framework for an amazing chain. They're building so much cool with the. If you guys go head over to beta.wizard.tech, you guys can now officially start messing around over there and doing stuff through LMM, which we both think that is a new version of wallets going forward. Instead of going to your Google Chrome and using crypto that way, you'll be using it through an AI LMM, just like what they have with the Wizard. It's very, very bullish in my opinion, but they don't stop there. These guys are the BitFi, in my opinion, the BitFi winners of this cycle, because they give you 16% on your Bitcoin over the last couple of months, which is absolutely insane. But not only that, you can earn insane APY for your Merl token, up to 40% with a 6-month lock, or 15% with a 7-day lock when you want to withdraw it. So that is up to you. But definitely head over to merlinchain.io, and we're lucky enough to bring up the man himself, bring him up. Jeff, welcome back to OnChain Revolution. Thanks for being here, bro.
Oh, you're on mute.
Muted. Yeah, sorry. Busy day, busy week. Just got back from Korea, and token 2049 is here.
You don't sound excited about that.
Yeah, you should see my schedule. Like from today, it's like every half an hour is a meeting or event. Just got back from event and really tired, so probably get to sleep as soon as possible. But yeah, many things to update. First, I think tomorrow we'll be having an announcement. That will be the major announcement for the first 3 months for the Bitcoin staking. I don't know if you guys remember, we started this about 3 months ago. Promised about 8 to 20% APR, and for the first stage, I think we're doing pretty well. We'll wait for the final number tomorrow, but definitely over 15% APR, which is crazy for Bitcoin, because we had several very, very, very successful farming projects in the past 3 months. Hemi was on Binance, about 1.5 billion valuation. Falcon stablecoin, we did that farming as well. I think they're going the Grand Slam as well, going on every exchange, Binance, Upbit, every one of them. So there are like several successful cases for the first season. That's why we are getting so high on APR. Definitely over 15%, but we'll be waiting for the final number tomorrow. So yeah, so whoever staked, lucky for you guys. And the return is fully Bitcoin. So you're not, just don't worry about getting a bunch of altcoins bullshit. It's all in Bitcoin. And the second stage will be live as well. There's National Day holiday in China, so we'll be having an announcement tomorrow, closing the staking tomorrow, and start to get your rewards a week later, probably October 8th, and start the second round as well for Bitcoin staking. So that's probably the biggest update here. Yeah, lots of great events in Korea. Market kind of tanked when we were having KBW, but it's getting better. You can see many altcoins going crazily. Like, you don't see this kind of altcoin stuff a year ago, half a year ago, 2 years ago. You see like the zero gravity, zero G, like 5-6 billion. You see the plasma, 1.5 billion. Aster, sorry, not 1.5, 15 billion. You see Aster, 20 billion. So yeah, you see all these new altcoins going crazy, and there's like more MBTC farming projects going live very, very soon as well. You see Momentum, they're having IDO on build on, I think. So yeah, these projects will be listed as well. So these rewards will go to the second phase of Bitcoin staking. So yeah, I think altcoins doing very well. If you look at Merl, from the past 3 months, it's going crazily. Today, I think it's going up like 20%. Even all your sets are going down. Merl is going up like 20%. Yeah, actually, the FDV for Merl is about 40 plus sets plus dog, and twice of that. So basically, all three tokens together and plus 2 and times 2 is the Merl FTV at this moment. So yeah, I think the altcoin is having its moment. Merl definitely is having its moment. We're going to have a huge news about the Wizard AI as well, but probably not going to announce it today. Yeah, that's like the basic update here. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of being low energy at this moment just because I'm too tired. But yeah, do you guys?
No worries. Yeah,
No
worries. No worries at all. We won't keep you too long because we know that it's been crazy for you, and I'm sure token's going to be absolutely nuts. Heading into Q4 of the bull run year, Bitcoin L2s seem to have gotten a little bit of energy injected into them, right? You hear about Hemi and Binance, and of course Merl's is seeing a lot of interest in the kind of Bitcoin staking to earn Bitcoin with institutions as well, the AI products, all this stuff. But it seems like Bitcoin Layer 1 assets, maybe not so much. What's your expectation for that sector? And do you think Bitcoin Layer 2s kind of separate themselves a bit and lead the way Q4?
I mean, in my mind, I would say the reason, and I would say, fact. The reason I think is because for Bitcoin Layer 1 assets, when the market is favoring this concept, like back in 2023 and 2024, beginning of 2024, there's lots of tension about Bitcoin Layer 1 assets, and it just goes up, because it's fair launch, everybody gets a fair share, everybody's paying attention, everyone from Ethereum ecosystem is paying attention to ordinals. That's when the prices goes higher, everything was crazy. But when the temperature is getting down, the hype is getting low, it's very hard to save the Layer assets. I think Dog is a great example. Dog is doing very well. Like, I'm probably one of the biggest fan there about Dog. Many people criticize it. I'm still a big fan of Dog because Neil is shilling this every day, is trying his best to get all these partnerships and stuff. So you need somebody to do things when the market is down. That's what happened to other assets like rats and sats. They had communities, but when the market is going down, nobody cares. Everybody's like dumping their negative emotions into that community, but nobody's building anything. But when you look at all these Bitcoin Layer 2 BTC5, because there's a company, there's a team, there's a founder, there's co-founders, there's money raised from VC, and for the teams who actually care, I mean, there are many projects they just fade away. Look at, like, I don't want to trash anybody, but if you look at like Bismiley, their market cap is like 300K. So I mean, there are some projects who care, so they start they keep building, because this is about like being rational and being responsible for your reputation. So when the market is down, these teams keep working, spending monies, spending time, efforts, trying to make the project good again. And the meme communities are not doing that. So I think that's why you see the altcoins going up. All these projects backed by VCs doing well. And the sad fact is all these BTC related projects don't really care about ordinals and ruins anymore, including us. That's a very, very sad fact. I'm not saying I don't care anymore. I'm just saying it's very hard for us to do things about it. I got great ideas. I got DMs, messages every day. I personally look at all these DMs. People say save ordinals, save BRS20. Like, I mean, we try, but it's very hard. When the market is down, you're trying to do that. It's very hard. So I think probably in the near future, this won't change. In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I've been saying this for a little while now, over the last couple of months, that like I just don't think Bitcoin Layer 1 assets are going to be very big going into Q4, maybe Q1 once liquidity is flowing. But you guys seem to be very forward looking. Like, you guys were developing the AI before a lot of other teams are. Right, you guys are doing the BitFi. So at these conferences and stuff, what are people more interested in? Are they interested in the AI part of Merlin, or are they interested in the Bitcoin DeFi side of Merlin?
I mean, of course, it's the BTC5, 100%, because we have been building that for like over a year, right? So when you're building one stuff for over a year, we are like I don't want to be like condescending, but actually, Merlin Bitcoin is like definitely top 3 right now in the market. Everybody tries to work with us, like including foundation like Solana Foundation, Sway Foundation, also including all these Nasdaq companies. So everybody's trying to work with us. So I think MBTC has built its reputation pretty well. That's why when you build something very hard, you get some results. But for AI, we just started building this year for for a few months. I believe if we keep building that for the next 12 months, we will get results. That's the hard part about being a builder. You have to build that for like over a year, and you get to see some results.
Yeah, the MBTC point that you just made, I feel like that was like when you guys started building the brand for that was one of the hardest times for Merlin, in my opinion, the Merlin Chain, because like you guys had a really good leading up to the launch, and then 2024 was just, there was no volume anywhere, right? So eventually you had to be like, okay, this is the business model that we're going to go into at some point, and part of that business model was building the brand strength for MBTC. What made you like realize that was going to be the maker? Because it seems like it was the make or break, and it obviously made it for you guys. And then were there other people that had that same strategy, or was it kind of like a hard to see strategy that you just saw?
I think several things. First, we know that BTC5 is going to make some profits. That's one of the major things, because you need to do something that can bring you continuously bring you profits, and that's one of the major reasons. And the second thing is we know how undervalued all these BTC5 solutions narratives are at that moment. I mean, now everybody's trying to get Bitcoin on their network, no matter you're like SVM or EVM or Move. So I know there's like lots of potential behind that. The third part I think is also very, very important is we know we are capable of doing that, because when you see other teams, many teams have security issues, many teams have business develop problems, but we know our team members who are really good at BD, who are really good at tech and security. Sorry, security stuff. So when you look at other teams, some teams they're lack of some like abilities. So that makes us confident to push it through. And yeah, like today, if you see all this BTC5, you see like I think you guys cover like lots of BTC5 projects like last year. But who still has volume? Who still has TVL? Who still has Bitcoin in their bag? Very, very, very few. So if anybody is watching Merlin Monday for for the past year, you will see how hard and how like what we pivot, how we changed all of that. I think that's a very, very good example for building a project. You can see all these experiences and like problems, issues, and also success.
Yeah, man, like building a project is super hard, especially when your token price is connected. I mean, just to your point, you came on the show when Merle was 6 cents, and now you're coming on the show when Merle's 34 cents, right? What keeps you going? What keeps you from like not giving up, to just kind of keep pushing this Merle and this Bitcoin layer 2 narrative?
I mean, like every day, you think about giving up because it's just so damn hard. And when to be honest, when I personally like don't need to work hard to get money, you sometimes you just wonder what you're doing. But I don't know. It's like sometimes it's like a responsibility. Sometimes you just trying to figure out like a problem. Like when we're doing BTC5, we try to figure out is BTC5 going to be huge in the future, and we bet yes, and we want to see that turn out. Like AI as well. We believe AI and crypto will be huge, and we just need to be the one who explores it. Who discovers it. So I think that's the exciting part. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and look, we saw firsthand of like the stress of like someone like you, the founder of a project like Merlin Chain, goes through like the ups and downs, and I can attest that like it hasn't been easy this entire time. Still not easy, but like you figured a way to kind of have that model, do the Bitcoin staking as well, and I think that's what separates the kind of the people that hit their goals and people that don't, honestly. And I'm not just saying that because like we've known you for a while and all that stuff. I've seen it. Like we could see the stress on your face with Merlin was people community they always want number to go up, always. But if you can't do it, but you're saying we're building this though to make the future brighter, they won't understand it at the moment, but eventually they'll see why, right? And it seems like that's what you guys are doing. And I appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on the show. We know that you're super tired from traveling and all that stuff. I want to give you kind of last second here to say any words that you might have left off or anything to kind of before you leave.
Yeah, I think right now it's definitely a good time window for retail to enter the altcoin market. Not sharing any token, but I think like big changes happened in the small details, like the Aster. Very few people pay attention to Aster a couple weeks ago. Like I'm going to say, Aster is going to be as big as Hyperliquid in my mind, just because Binance is backing it. So if you saw that opportunity, if you actually try the product, trying to understand what's going on, you're making like lots of money, on the Aster thing. So I'm not sharing that token. I don't have any Aster in my bag at this moment. So definitely not shorting it, but just like big things happen, like when like the small thing, like when we had BRC20 sats. I think we talked about sats in like one call before. That time the price was like super low, and I think just like big things happen like in very 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 small events, small details, small things. So just pay attention. I think right now is a great time for altcoin hunting. If you understand what's going on in the market, try to bet on several altcoin. I think it's definitely going to be better, investment decisions than half a year ago. I'm not going to say it's going to be better, decision than investing in Bitcoin. Of course not. It's Bitcoin is no brainer. But yeah, I think right now, if you have time and research ability, trying to do some research on these altcoins, I think market will stay high for a couple of months. Who knows, what happens next? But yeah.
Absolutely amazing, Jeff. Thank you so much for your time, man. Really appreciate it. Get some rest, and I can't wait to hear your what's going on this week, next week, when next week's show. Thanks, man.
Yeah, next week definitely gonna be easier. After token 2049. Yeah, cool. See you guys next week.
All right. Thanks,
buddy.
Jeff.
Absolutely amazing. I love speaking to Jeff every single week, dude. We're lucky enough to talk to one of the founders of one of the potential biggest chains in crypto, and definitely got me bullish on Aster now. It looks like our guy in the chat is as well. Shout out to Stan. He says, "Wow, Aster just as big as Hyperliquid." I mean, that's only honestly what a 5x from where they're sitting now, right? Maybe a 7x from where they're sitting now. So I mean, that's definitely possible. But they are just beating them in volume by 8-9x. So that's definitely possible for sure. Myself says I'm buying Bitcoin tokens and ordinals I'm collecting for the long run. Just be careful, man. Just don't go all in on that stuff, because I don't want you to miss the first couple of months of something truly special, and then potentially right before the Bitcoin tokens run up, you're moving into something else. So it's one of those things where maybe diversifying a little bit, out of that and mindset. Not really like, I'm not talking about your bags. I just mean the mindset of being all in on something. Definitely diversify. And you're somebody who's probably diversified into leverage.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I read that comment, I figured myself is just doing it for collecting them. You know what I mean? And because I do think that that could be a really good payout down the road. You know what I mean? Like some of these early inscriptions and stuff like that. Look, I mean, when people first started buying Magic cards, like they weren't worth anything when he first started, right? And so people were like, "Why are you holding on to those?" Because they like it, So I think there's a part of ordinals that has that, right, to where people do like to collect them. I know I'm holding on to some rare sats and stuff like that, just in case one day and stuff like that. But yeah, to your point about Jeff, though, man, the audience that's listening in, I want you guys to know, like, we've known Jeff for a very, very long time. And talking about the ordinal days and those early days when, he just had a simple platform that was trying to change things in the Bitcoin ecosystem. There wasn't really too much of a business model at that point until he got into like BRC 420 and stuff like that. And so it's awesome to see him have that success, right? And because we have seen the stress from launching Merlin. There was a point where I'm sure he was just like, is this stress worth it? And everybody goes through that. I mean, like even the show, like people, like there's been up and down this year, but you put your best foot forward and you pick yourself up and you say, I'm in this for a reason. What is that reason? You remind yourself of your convictions and you just keep pushing forward.
100%. And I remember the show when Merle was 6 cents. He came on, and he never missed anything because of price action, right? He was just like, he's one of those guys where at 6 cents he's just as bullish on Merlin at 34 cents, and that's what gets me really bullish on Merlin, man, for sure. Not shilling it here, just letting you know. Don't invest in tokens, invest in builders, and that's what I kind of see in Jeff. That's why I'm bullish on what they're building over there. So definitely check out merlinchain.io, and really appreciate every single one of you guys, man. Rare sats is rare sats style.
I think he has a trigger for like whenever I say the phrase rare sats, and then like it automatically comments because he did that last week when I said rare sats. But
Yeah, he did. That's funny. We gotta bring him out of the shell every day and say rare stats. Shout out to rare stats, Tom. Appreciate you, buddy. He's probably had the earpiece in at work, and then he runs over to his PC or something.
like,
when it's time.
oh,
it's my time. It's my calling card. But appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate every single one of you guys, man. We have 313 people in here right now, 136 on Twitch, a bunch on YouTube, 124 on X, on OnChain X, and 42 on Trench Kitty X, and not to mention everyone on Kick, Abstract, Rumble, and Spotify later. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Thanks for holding it down with us today.
Absolutely. And for all you guys out in Singapore, be careful. Don't be dumb. They got different laws over there. I'll tell you that. It's a fun place, and you can, enjoy yourself, good food, good drinks, all that stuff. But just be smart and network out there, right? That's the whole point. But that's where everybody is right now. But we still continue on and we push forward, just like Jeff, right? Like, he probably didn't feel like coming on today, but he did because he knew that it was important for his brand and everything. But we appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up, man. If I'm being honest, a little vulnerable with myself, or with you guys, this has been a really tough year, up and down for myself, right? But I do remind myself whenever I get into that mental space that, look, why are you here? What was the I want to grow as a person, but I also want to be educated, and I want to help educate others, because we have been in the space for a while, and we want to be able to help people and help ourselves as well. And so appreciate all you guys. Without you guys, we couldn't do this, but without our partners, we also couldn't do it. So if you could check them out, we would greatly appreciate it. Sats Terminal is the DEX aggregator swap for the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. If you're looking to swap for Bitcoin runes or alkanes, you got to do it at satsterminal.com. And very soon, Sparks. I'm excited about this new ecosystem. We talked about it there in terms of the, something that's hot in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Sparks could be that, right? So L2 has smart contracts. There's going to be launch pads from day one. Once they're live, there's going to be 3 of them, and you can get all of those, in unique contract tokens at satsterminal.com. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Also, they have a borrowing and lending platform and product. We just talked about BTC borrowing and lending is really popular right now. So head over to satsterminal.com and you can click on that third link. It should say borrowing and lending. Try it out. You're going to earn Amber points too if you use the DEX, and Amber points are going to go towards a give back for early adopters. So make sure you visit satsterminal.com and take advantage today. And then Emblem Vault is the interoperability layer for the Bitcoin ecosystem. If you're looking to jump your ordinals to Ethereum, you can take a loan out against your Taproot Wizards right now on the Gandhi application, which is the largest Ethereum borrowing and lending platform. I'm sure they're going to open up to other collections within Gandhi. Also, Emblem's going to open up to other chains, right? Other Ethereum layer 2s, and possibly Merlin. I know that's been in the conversation as well. But Solana is definitely on that roadmap. And speaking of Solana, they have the best AI product in Solana called agenthustle.ai. If you head over there, you can use the free version of Hustle, and you can ask questions like, hey, find me some solid plays in Solana. He'll bring back some options and why he thinks these are good options. Also, conditional trading. You can tell Hustle to set a limit buy or sell order for you. He'll take care of it for you if it hits those conditions. And if the free version does have some tool limitations, but there's a subscription tier service there. If you use the Hustle token, which is the single token for the Emblem ecosystem, powers the entire ecosystem, you get a discount if you use it for that subscription. And then the last thing here is migrate.fund. It is the latest product out of the Emblem product suite. Migrate.fund is used to help builders migrate from a launchpad on Solana to a new launchpad, or just to Meteora, or where you can manage your own LP, because you can earn the most fees that way, right? So they allow you to be able to migrate in an easy way. They help you get the liquidity out. Obviously, you got to get your community on board. But if you have any questions, head over to migrate.fund and then contact the Emblem team. They'll walk you through it. For all that information, go to emblem.vision. And then Artura.finance is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They still have their 10,000 USDC competition that's going until Wednesday. No, I think it's Thursday, October 2nd. First place gets 5,000 USDC, and then another 5,000 USDC is split amongst the next couple winners. And then there also is a 20,000 ARA prize pool that's going to be split amongst the winners as well. And so make sure you head over there. You can trade Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. They're going to be adding new assets to their platform as well, so stay tuned for that. Also, when you use the platform, you'll earn points on the Botanics side, which is another Bitcoin layer 2, to where they're going to do the largest Bitcoin airdrop to their users there. So head over to Artura.finance today. And then Tokyo Wallet is the multi-chain smart wallet for Bitcoin, Cardano, and Sui. They're building for the best UI and UX for their users. It is a wallet that is an app you can get on the Apple iPhone store, the App Store, and the for the iPhone, and also for the Google Play Store. You can, if you have an Android, you can download it there. But they partnered with DEX aggregator swaps to make it possible to swap for Bitcoin runes, for Cardano tokens, and Sui tokens as well. Look out for other ecosystems that they'll be adding in the future. Head over to Tokyo.io to download the wallet today. And then Merlin Chain, uniting Bitcoin's strength through the power of AI with their Wizard 2.0, we just went over with Jeff, as well as their Bitcoin DeFi, staking Bitcoin to earn more Bitcoin. You can earn on average 15%, 16% if you stake your Bitcoin. This current vault actually closes tomorrow. They're going to have all the stats in for that, but then they'll open a new one, as you heard. So you can get involved with that second, the newest vault, once they announce when that will be open. Also, there's 2 vaults on the Merlin Chain token side. There's the flexible, which is a day-to-day. You earn 15% APR. You can claim those rewards daily and compound interest those rewards if you'd like. It is a 7-day withdrawal period for their cooldown period for the day-to-day. And then there's the 6-month bonded lockup, which earns you 45% APR. Merlin Chain's token is hot, so this could be, a good option for people that it makes sense for, right? It is locked up for 6 months, but it is 45% APR. Head over to merlinchain.io, and then you can check out the wizard there as well. If you're at token 2049, you want to link up with them, follow their X account so you can see what booth they are at there. And lastly is our guys from Ordinal Hive, Fonzie and his team, fastest Ordinal marketplace in the industry, ordinalhive.io. They have amazing trader tools as well, live mempool insights, all that great stuff there. Make sure you head over to ordinalhive.io to learn more. We thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man. As always, if you guys have a few more minutes, wouldn't mind checking out OnChain Revolution.io. It's one of the best articles dating all the way back to 2023. If you know someone just entering the space, please send them on our website. We really feel like we can help them get started and code up to where we are today. On top of that, we have the #1 VPN. That's Nord. You guys can get it right now for almost 70% off and get an extra 3 months, all on our website. And you guys can go to sites like Hyperliquid. You can go to sites like Mexi and actually use them, because there is no KYC. They geo-block you because where you're at. But with a VPN, they can't do that. And you should use VPNs, because like earlier, me and Yago, you were talking about, how are they going to be able to trace you? Well, they're going to use your IP address, right? They're going to pinpoint everything to your IP. If you're using El Salvador or Italy or Switzerland as your geo-blocker, then there's nothing they can do, right? It's one of those things where I highly recommend everyone get a VPN. Nord's my personal favorite. You can get it through OnChainRevolution.io. And on top of that, guys, we have the best merch. Check out all the best merch at OnChainRevolution.io. Go to there, click the merch button on the right-hand side, and then that'll take you right to our Shopify third party. We don't see your name, we don't see your address, but it gets shipped to you. I'm still waiting for a couple of my stuff to get here. I'm really excited for my hat. Hopefully my hat's is up to par. So definitely need a new hat. So appreciate you guys. And everyone checking out OnChainRevolution.io. And remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain Revolution roll call. Market recap. You not bullish enough. No. You're not bullish enough. No. Look at the price go. Bitcoin controlling, why you still coping? Price action rolling, don't fall for bear trap. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How do the market react? Fear and greed gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and marching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction.